Okay gang, right, back to it, another video. This one is going to be a bit more work on the E38. So as you might have seen in a previous video, I mentioned that we could be doing a trip to Poland, over to Ultrace, and we're going to be fours up in a car. So rather than take the 36 or something like that, we're going to take the 38. But what that does mean is that we're going to be doing like 2,000 miles, if not a little bit more, over the course of a week. So obviously the car needs to be pucker. So you've seen me do a few videos keeping up with this. Obviously it's kind of my daily drive. I only really, well, it was bought for winter really, but it does get used as a hack now and then. So I still haven't washed it, 6 months of ownership, and it's still disgusting. But yeah, we need to keep up with the maintenance. So today we've got a new lower arm to fit because the ball joint on ours is knackered. I think the drop links are gone as well because I've got quite a lot of knocking, but the boots are bad on the drop links anyway. So we're going to do the arm and the drop links, and I've got in the car as well some Powerflex anti-roll bar bushes, Black Series, just to minimise body roll. Obviously it won't detract from the ride because it's an anti-roll bar bush, but yeah, there's potential we might do a couple of laps in the ring in this thing. So yeah, we got to get this thing sorted. I'm also toying with, if you saw my previous video with the 540-39, I've got 20-inch Alpinas or Alpina wheels, which I'm thinking of maybe putting on these because the parallels are cool and all that, but I've got 20-inch Alpinas and they came from a 7 Series, so it'd be cool to put them on there. And my front tyres are pretty shot, so the rears are fine. The front tyres need replacing, and I'm like, oh, what the hell. But I would need to do a refurb on the Alpinas because they are like a bronzy colour and I don't really like them. They need to be silver. And then we might need to fit coilovers to it, but I don't know yet. We'll see. We're going to be fours up in it, so it's going to be pretty loaded with our luggage and stuff, and we want it to be comfy. But yeah, so let's get into it. Get the front end jacked up and get these bits ripped off. Should be a nice easy one. Alright, the first job, to get her up in the air. And as you'll notice, I've run out of axle stands. They're all being used, so concrete blocks under the jacking points is our safety advice. Right, she's safely up in the air, so what we're fitting is our new lower arm, pair of drop links, Febby jobbies, and then we've got some Black Series anti-roll bar bushes. And I know you might be thinking, why on earth would you fit Black Series bushes to an E38? Well, it's a suspension loading point, not a suspension loading point. This is the anti-roll bar, so this can be as stiff as it likes. You're not going to feel any of this through the car. All this does is stop the anti-roll bar twisting, so or deforming under load. So we want these as stiff as possible, so we're going to get these fitted up. Anything to eliminate body roll on a 7 Series is a win in my book. So yeah, we've got those ready to go on. Pretty excited to get them fitted. And then what we're doing underneath is this low arm here. Don't think I'll be able to show you the knocking, but you'll see it once it's off. We've got to whip these drop links off, undo this anti-roll bar mount, and yeah, and then undo the arm here. I'm hoping I haven't got to take the strut up because obviously clearance is tight, but what I'm thinking of doing is just to get this undone as high up as it will go, get it knocked through, break the seal on the ball joint, and then just cut through here, and then yeah, get the new arm back in there without too much drama. I'm hoping, so let's see how that goes. Bolt off here. Well, that's good, it's come loose. I'm trying to cheat a bit and use the because the strut's in there, wind the nut up onto the strut and hoping it's going to push it down as well to break this ball joint seal. I might have to take the wheel off, but no big deal. Why are these always such bastards? Oh, it's broke free, woohoo. So this thing has been knocking its tits off for a while, and obviously the roads in the UK are terrible. But yeah, check out the play in this. Hang on. You might even be able to hear it. So yeah, that is shot to bits. The play in that, pretty gnarly, mate. Pretty fucking gnarly. Let's see if I can get the boot off. I wonder if that's an original arm. What does that say? Oh no, that would probably do it. Wow. It's just an ATEC arm, 2018. So I don't think it's done many miles. I'll have to check the MOT history and I'll see if I can work out how many miles it's done. But yeah, that's fucking terrible. That's only lasted 4 years. I bet this car hasn't done that many miles. Yeah, that ball joint, scrap, mate. Anyways, let's get our Febby one on. Now, I'll admit, the Febby is still aftermarket. It's not all singing, all dancing expensive. Also, there's no washer on that. That came off the old one, is there? Yeah, look, Febby isn't expensive, I know that, but this is a shit box. So, but that said, Febby generally for me have been pretty good. So I'm hoping we'll be fine. And I think this armour's like 45 quid. So, you know, a genuine length Forder arm, I think from the dealer, is like 180 quid. So I would rather fit a new one of these every few years than pay 180 quid on this particular car anyway, because the car doesn't really have a great deal of value. So it may as well be cheap and cheerful parts to keep her moving on the road. So yeah, there's a time and a place to spend money on expensive parts, and this car probably isn't it, in my opinion anyway. So let's get that wound on. Bosh. And then let's get that in there. Then where's our bolt gone? There's our bolt. So remember, this bush, not the ball joint, but this bush needs to be tightened with the car at its road height, otherwise you'll fuck the bushes. So that goes for anything that's got a rubber bush, because if you tighten it up whilst the car's not got any load on it, you're going to tighten it in the wrong position, and then when you drop the car down, the bush is already going to be twisted and under load just through normal driving. And that's why sometimes you'll see people fit replacement parts and they just don't last. So yeah, worth doing that. So it doesn't matter on a ball joint, obviously, because it's a ball joint, it's not a bush. But yeah, we're going to tighten up this ball joint, and then we'll either drop the car down, or what I'll do in this instance, because I need to get under it to tighten it, is I'll actually jack the wheel up, just to bring it up to sort of road height. So I'll jack the wheel 50mm or 100mm, whatever it is, and then I'll tighten this up. But yeah, that's fine. So that's the arm done, ball joint tightened up. This just needs nipping out. There'll be a torque figure somewhere for this, but I'll just yeet it. It'll be fine. And then next up, we need to get this anti-roll bar sorted out. So I'm probably going to take the wheels off anyway, and then we can jack the hub. So that'll be fine. So let's get the wheels off. M parallels, baby. Where's my gun? Alright, let's get this bad boy off. Yeet. 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 Let go. Why the fuck has someone copper slipped the fucking wheel bolts? Why would you do that? Dumb shit. Fucking copper slip on wheel bolts. That is retarded. Ah. Right, there's our tyre. Right. So, look at this bad boy. 4-pot Brembos on the 728s. It looks shit hot, but they're not actually supposed to be very good. Anyway, pad check. That'll probably do us to Poland. We'll take that. Front disc. Next set of pads this needs. That needs a set of discs. We need to lose those really and put some BCs on it, but that's not why we're here today. So let's jack up the hub and do the tightening so I don't forget that. We've loaded up the hub at the road height, and now we just need to yeet the bolt tight. So that's nice and easy. Voila, it's good and tight. Leakage. So that's the arm completely done, so we can get that out of the way. Right now we want to attack these drop links because the gaiters are, I think it's the driver's one, the gaiter's split. I think that one's alright. Can't remember, but we've got a lot of knocking on the front end. I know that ball joint was buggered, but I just figured we'll do the drop links because they're cheap, and then also these bushes looked a bit saggy last time I checked them, so I think for the sake of, I think the drop links were 12 quid each. I think the Powerflex with my trade discount, they weren't too bad, so for what it's cost me, just do them. Oh, more copper slip, nice. And then hopefully that eliminates all the knocking on the front end, because if you remember rightly, the last video on this, I did the drag link and the tie rods. Yeet. Get that out of the way. Yeah, I've already done the drag link and the tie rods, so all that's left suspension wise is this front arm, the two rear arms, and the drop links and anti-roll bar bushes. So if I do the drop links and anti-roll bar bushes, there's only 3 more arms that can make noise, but they all seem tight. I've checked them and there's no play, so in theory she should be good and quiet, but I think, there you go, that, if you can see that, don't know if it'll focus, but yeah, that joint's the dust cover's split. So I'm hoping, I've got like a big loud clang, which is obviously that arm, and then there's like a smaller like rattle, which is usually drop links. When you go over low speed bumps, you hear like a really quiet rattle. It's not really like a donk, like a ball joint. So I'm hoping change these bad boys, and that should shut that up. And whilst I've got it apart, I may as well chuck these in and modify the limo into a race car, right? I mean, technically we are semi-slick tyres and a set of coilovers away from a race car, because it's already got 4-pot Brembos. It's now got some Powerflex bushes, and it's a rear-wheel drive sedan. So I mean, yeah, it's basically a race car in my mind. We'll overlook the fact it weighs nearly 2 tons, it's underpowered, and it has an automatic gearbox. That's not worth worrying about. So yeah, anyway, let's get this pissing anti-roll bar off. Right, bear with me, because I've got 4 GoPro batteries and each one has less than 4% battery, so we're on the old phoneage. So we're going to take off the D-bush, that's 13mm. There's one. Do not lose these bolts, they're there. Right, when I can't find them in a minute, make sure you remind me they're there. Número 2. Right, there's the second one, they're both there. D-bushage. How are we going to get that off? This might work, or it might not. Oh man, this is hard multitasking. I am not cut out for this shit. I need a hammer. Oh, there it is. Hammer. Give me the thing. Let go. Right, I need 3 hands. I can't film and concentrate on that and hold the camera and bash this out. Bear with. Right, let's try this now. I have both hands. Oh, there we go. Oh, let go. Just give me it. Ugh. Why? Why are you still stuck? Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Just go. There we go. Aha. There's the rusty crusty mount off. Where's the camera? There it is. Nice. Put that next to the bolts that I'm definitely not going to lose. So that's that side free. Right, so now we want to undo the drop links. So we're going to use our gun for that, which is just holding the camera up. So we'll nab that. Let's put the doobie what's on the gun. See if this will undo. What do you reckon? Don't make me get the grinder out on you. Let's see if I can undo this one. Oh, that one came undone. Sick. Right, that bolt is there. We might be able to fish that out, to be honest, without undoing that bottom drop ring. Oh yeah, that'll do it. Oh my god. That's the tightest ball joint ever. I bet it's gone dry. Anyways, so that side's free. So let's go rinse and repeat on the other side. Right, side number 2. Undo. Victory. Aha. How's that ball joint looking? Those are the fucking hardest ball joints. They don't even move. That's weird. I'm pretty certain all ball joints I've ever seen rotate. and both of these top ones don't rotate, which is kind of unusual. Well, that's good because that means they're obviously buggered. Right, now we've got that other 13mm to whip off. There's our next debush. Put that with the other bolts that we mustn't lose. Right, you've seen me, there's 3 there now. Don't lose them. Last one. Right. Right, there's our voltage. Get this puppy off. Oh, you're not going to do the same as the other side. Oh, there we go. Oh, that sounds crusty. Crustage. Removing crustage. Holy shit. That'd be very rusty. The bush is still stuck to the joint thingy. I mean, they don't look that bad from the outside, but on the inside they're pretty soft and mashed, so I'm hoping we'll have some grippage, extra grippage from this. Those mounts could really do with a wire wheel, but we'll just put them back on. Ain't nobody got time for that. Right, let's see if we can tease this assembly out. Oh no. Oh no, I don't need to take the anti-roll bar out, do I? Or do I? That really wants to clean up, because that's pretty minging. Right, bear with me. I'm going to decide whether to remove the anti-roll bar so I can wire wheel it and put the new bushes on off the car and stuffs. So yeah, I'll be back with you. Right, you rejoin me a couple of minutes on. So I got those ball joints off. Because the inside of that's pretty gnarly, the method to get them off, if you can't be able to find the tool to put in there to lock it and then to use a spanner, is basically just grab it and put it under load and then the gun will undo it. So basically, as long as the ball joint is twisted and like fully extended, not that one because that's one seam seized, but like obviously when you try and do it normally it's like that, but if you grab the end of the arm, this end, and twist it, get this right under load, and then you can back that off really easily with a gun, which is nice and quick. Anyway, quick look over these before we put new ones on. So I've just checked, as I expected, both these new ball joints move and freely rotate. Up, down, both ends. Down, yeah, well not freely, but they move. So this new one, or the old one, sorry, this ball joint, there's definitely, I can feel play in it, not a huge amount, but enough. Obviously the dust cover was shagged anyway, it's split. But this end, on both of them, both the top joints, is completely seized. Like I cannot, well I can just about move it, tell a lie, got that one to move then. But yeah, it's very, very hard, it feels like dry in there, so I'm guessing that one's kind of seized, and this one's just giving up the ghost and worn. So they're probably original, I'm guessing. I don't know, there might be some marking. Anyway, they're both in the same position, which is foobarred. So they are both fit for the bin, but before we launch them, we'll just double check that we have the right replacements. So there's our old and new side by side. So yep, same ball joint. So always good before you fit anything to double check the parts are the same, because obviously you don't want to go binning them. And it also helps, this is why sometimes getting parts off, it can be tempted to cut them off or whatever, but ideally before you remove anything you want to offer up your new parts to what you fit in, just to make sure it's the same part. And then obviously if you need to cut it off with a grinder you can do. So yeah, anyway, so that's good. The ball joints are all off, so we need to get these on. I'm not going to pull the anti-roll bar off because on the 38s it sits inside the subframe. Yeah, it's well in there, and I can't really be bothered trying to feed it through, so we've just got to take this bush off, this one here, and then we can work on magic, get our new Powerflex on there, bit of grease, and send her home. Right, I've gone with leaving the anti-roll bar on because I tried to get it out and it doesn't. Here's our Powerflex bush. There's only one issue with using these black Powerflex bushes. Because you need to get them over the anti-roll bar, they are so stiff and really hard to manipulate. You could probably chuck them in boiling water and that might soften them up. But yeah, it's a bit of a pig. I've fitted a few sets of these. They're always a pain in the ring. But yeah, what the hell. So a bit of lube on the inside of the shaft. Haha. Just to give some lubrications, so we shouldn't get any squeakage. So they supply this grease in with the kit in every one, so lube up the bore with a bit of lubage. And then somehow we've got to Hulk this on, so I've gone with a flathead screwdriver just to try and start prying it over. But it might not go well, we'll see. Probably just gonna get covered in shit and start swearing. That's what usually happens. It doesn't help the anti-roll bar isn't bolted down, so I've got nothing to lever against, but oh well. I wonder if I can manipulate that into place. I'm completely winging this, but I've tried using this pickle fork, or whatever it's called, hoping that that's going to give me enough, so let's see. Oh, nearly. I think that could be the way to go. Get on there. It's been a lot easier if the anti-roll bar was on the floor. Right, done. So they were a bit of a bastard, I won't lie, but the trick was get yourself a pry bar and basically pry this into the middle of them and then rotate it 90 degrees, and at that point the bush is quite far open and you can just start it on the anti-roll bar. Once it's on there, just push with your hand and they go on. So that's done, which is mint. That's one's done, which is mint. The anti-roll bar bracket's a bit rusty and there's a hole in that one, so that won't replace him, but it's fine for now. It seems pretty sturdy still. So they're both done. So all that leaves really is just get these drop links on. Yeah, I'm well happy. So with those new Powerflex Black Series, this whole anti-roll bar is now solid. So I'm reckoning that's going to cure or eliminate a lot of body roll. So yeah, even though we haven't thickened up the bar, obviously the bush is much more rigid because the rubber bush, this thing, is so soft. You know, there's a huge amount, I mean, that takes no effort to compress that, and that's the better side out of the two. This side, which is worn, you can see has most of the load. Yeah, so I think that should make a decent amount of improvement. Obviously, it's not a race car, but you know, we've still got to do the best we can with what we got, right? So now we should be able to feed that into there, get the first nut on there, bosh, and then same on the underside, line up the anti-roll bar with the drop link. I mean, that's how much force it takes. I've got to literally lean down on it with most of my body weight just to rotate it. So I think it's going to do something. Is it going to magically make it handle like insane? Obviously not, but if we can improve the handling for minimal cost, then that's a win in my book. So yeah, I mean, I don't think there's going to be many other people fitting Black Series bushes to their E38, but you know, someone's got to do it, right? Hey. So I think let's get this side lined up as well. I'm excited to see what difference it makes. I mean, it's got to make some difference, right? That one through there. That one there. Gosh. And then this guy through here. Nuttage. Mint, and then we can do them up. Right, that's us all done. So new drop links, new control arm, and a pair of new Powerflex Black Series anti-roll bar bushes. So pretty stoked for that. Interested to see how it drives. Obviously I know it's a big car, like I said, but still be interested to see the changes. The main thing is the control arm knocking its tits off and tons of pain in the steering. So buzzing for that. Anyway, that's pretty much Poland prep. Obviously this car's going ultra race with us. 4's up in it. So besides an oil change, but that's not particularly challenging or time consuming, so that's easy. That's pretty much the Poland prep done on this car, I think. I've got to swap the driver's motor because the seat doesn't move. But what do you reckon? Should I put it on the 20-inch Alpinas? They need to be sprayed silver. I suppose I could do a DIY rattle can job, just like the old days, just to make them look half decent. And then maybe lower it. But yeah, let me know what you think. Shall I do it? Shall I not? Don't know. Anyway, there we go. She's done. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in another one. Peace.